I never thought I'd ever be talking about a game where you play as an anime girl and shoot at robot bear things. Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls, is a spin-off and it plays a lot differently from other Danganronpa games. In other words, it's not even a visual novel this time, although sometimes it felt like it thought it was. Anyways, the game begins with Makoto Naegi's sister, Komaru Naegi, trapped in an apartment, and suddenly, a Monokuma robot breaks in and she's forced to get the hell out of there. In the hallway, she encounters Byakuya Togami, who for some reason thinks it's a good idea to give her a hacking gun that can be used on any Monokumas she might run into. I mean, what else are you supposed to do when saving someone from evil robots? She's told to run over to a restaurant across the street to meet up with somebody from an organization called Future Foundation, and apparently no one can see what's going on outside. The windows aren't even covered up! How can you not see what's going on out there? Before they can report Komaru because they believe she did all of the drugs, even though it's obvious what's going on, Monokumas break in and start killing people. Then the game starts and it just throws literally everything at you. You now have to kill all of the Monokumas in the restaurant with Komaru's hacking gun. At this point, you have all of its abilities, known as truth bullets for some reason with no limits, which makes sense for the tutorial, but if I'm honest, it only needed just one of them. It didn't need to be overwhelming like this. Throughout the game, you have to unlock most of the truth bullets to be able to use them again. Anyways, the bullets are break, which is just a normal shoot at your enemy's attack, move, which allows you to move and use certain objects, so it'll be used in a lot of puzzles that come up later, dance, which can make a Monokuma start dancing, which can distract other Monokumas in the area, detect is for finding hidden things in the environment, knockback just blows an enemy back, it doesn't really hurt them, but it can remove an enemy's shield, paralyze can greatly damage and stun Monokumas, and since it uses electricity, it can be used to take multiple out if they're in water. Just make sure Komaru is not standing in any when she uses this attack. Burn does much less damage than a truth bullet, but it's useful if you're into rapid fire attacks, and Link can be used to take control of a Monokuma. Anyways, once all of the Monokumas in the area are killed, Komaru makes her escape and meets a few members of Future Foundation by a helicopter. She tries to escape, but well, Monokumas get in the way. She wakes up later in a strange room where she meets a strange guy that never says his name in the game, but his name is Nagito Komaeda. Why a character from Danganronpa 2 is a servant in this game, I don't really know, but I don't really care either. From this point on, the game starts to occasionally break the fourth wall, starting with Nagito. He made some adjustments to Komaru's hacking gun for game balance purposes, so now it's weaker. She only has one truth bullet she can use, and her ammo is now limited. Eventually, she makes her way to a room with 5 kids that apparently are responsible for the whole mess that their city is in. Each of the kids will introduce themselves, and each one will give you the option to play a longer introduction, and all I can say is, that's really unnecessary. Moving on, it turns out these kids are trying to kill all adults so they can make a kids-only paradise, even though everyone grows up to be an adult, but I guess it's an okay idea to explore considering kids aren't the smartest. However, at the same time, the kids are shown not to be dumb, so how would they not understand how this works? Whatever. It's Danganronpa. It doesn't have to make any sense, apparently.
It doesn't have to make any sense!
Komaru ends up getting sent away and ends up on the roof of a hospital where she just happens to meet Toko Fukawa, and to make things worse, she's in her Genocide Jack state. After they meet with each other, we're given another gameplay tutorial, this time for playing as Toko. When playing as Toko, you'll be controlling her split personality, Genocide Jack or Genocider Sho in the Japanese version. However, I'll be using the former as that's what the localized games have been calling her. As Genocide Jack, you can't lose any health, but if you do get attacked, you won't be able to move for a few seconds. Thankfully, the game doesn't overdo it because you're given a time limit, except in the tutorial. After that, the two find a training potty. I'm not even joking about that. Perhaps the developers were trying to be funny, but this makes no sense in a full release, and seems like it would be better for some kind of April Fool's patch. Here's the best part. This is how you save your game. I always wanted to save my game by taking a It's kind of annoying, honestly, because I'm so used to just opening up a menu whenever I want and hitting save, and now I can only save at specific points. After all that, you'll run around trying not to get attacked by Monokumas and trying to shoot them. As you'll explore, you'll find many different items, including more ammo and truth bullets for your hacking gun, which the kids just kinda hand out, because why not? Some of what you pick up includes notes and books which Komaru will read, and sometimes a scene will play out where she and Toko will talk about what was written. Throughout the stages, there will be spots that sparkle. If you use the detect truth bullet on them for like a few seconds, you'll collect what the game calls a hidden kid. There are 5 hidden in each stage. Honestly, just going around and seeing what I can find is one of my favorite things to do in this game. That, and shooting Monokumas just feels so satisfying. You know, when you actually manage to hit them. Some of the items you collect will help improve Komaru. You can find more skills to use which you need enough SP for. To get SP, you level up by fighting Monokumas. Different skills can do different things, such as give you more health, auto-lock on enemies, increase the amount of items you earn, improve the effect of the items you collect, and several other things. Some items can be obtained from vending machines with the move Truth Bullet. If you do that, you can't hit the machine again. Half of the time I can't collect the item because it's always ammo or a heart, and I'm usually full when I get to them. Throughout the stages, Komaru and Toko will go through what's referred to as an arcade room, which has an arcade machine and a vending machine. Hitting the arcade machine with move gives you a preview for the next area and tells you what the goal is. It's usually to defeat all the enemies there as efficiently as possible. Oh, and there's a catch. You're only allowed to use certain truth bullets. Okay, you don't have to follow the rules, but you do if you want to get a better score when you finish the level. The first ones aren't too bad, but they get pretty annoying later on, and it's just way too tempting to just wipe them all out using Genocide Jack. These aren't the worst ones though, and honestly, they can be pretty enjoyable even if they are unnecessary. The ones I hate are full of a specific type of Monokuma guarding a singing kid. Here your goal isn't to fight them, it's to find the kid without getting caught. I can't do these most of the time. I just whip out Genocide Jack and take them out. These will show up multiple times in each chapter, but there are some more things you'll have to deal with. Some of the kids in the game will set up puzzles for you to solve and they'll reward you when you solve them. My first time through most of these, I won't lie, I got stuck and had to look them up, but I got most of them figured out for my second playthrough. The ones near the end are still pretty annoying though. One last thing about the main gameplay, you'll find some kids at stands throughout the stages. Using mono coins you earn from defeating Monokumas, you can get yourself bling bullets, which help increase the stats of your truth bullets. You can also upgrade the stats of Genocide Jack. Together, Komaru and Toko meet all kinds of people, a handful of which get an unjustly short amount of screen time. As they run around, they'll find themselves getting in all sorts of trouble, including a dumb fanservice minigame involving tentacle rape that really shouldn't exist, and a fight where Komaru's clothes come off when she gets hit. But despite that, I still found myself enjoying the rest of the gameplay. Honestly, the main gameplay I actually found a bit addicting for a while. As for the story that goes with it, meh, it's not god-awful, but I wouldn't say it's that great either. Honestly, I was expecting the plot twist at the end to make no sense whatsoever, but I was wrong. They kind of work. Sort of. I kind of understand the logic behind them, so I guess it makes sense. Honestly, it could be a lot worse. In the end, Danganronpa Another Episode Ultra Despair Girls is an okay-ish game. Good if you remove the plot and the fanservice bullshit. The characters for the most part aren't really forgettable, but they weren't really anything that special. Except maybe the ones that didn't get enough screen time. They deserved better. Stage design wasn't awful, but the hit detection could probably be a bit better. And graphically, it looks fine. Since it's a different genre, its art style differs from the other games. However, during a handful of cutscenes, sprites like the ones in the visual novels will be used. The music that plays over all this is good too. I found myself liking the remixed tracks from the previous games and the new ones, some of which I found getting stuck in my head. Playing this game isn't 100% necessary going into Danganronpa 3, and you don't really need any knowledge of this game at all if you're jumping straight to V3. But by playing this, you can get a better understanding of the lore as it goes into more detail about some of the stuff from Danganronpa 1, such as the family motives, and who was responsible for making the Monokumas. Stuff we didn't need to know, but it is nice to know. If you like Danganronpa and are wanting something different, then yes, give this game a shot. At least play the first game in the series before jumping to this one. You don't really need an understanding of the second game since it takes place before then, and some of the stuff from the first game will be spoiled if you start here. Well, that's Ultra Despair Girls, a fun game, even if it does have scenes that shouldn't exist. Now I'm going to reach into this video idea creator I bought off of eBay and find out what Danganronpa topic I'll cover next. Son of a bitch!